Adriana Miller, an amazing young woman, just graduating from Piedra Vista High School while at the same time graduating from San Juan College with an associate's degree. I've watched this girl grow up. She was the cutest, most sensitive, most talkative, most inquisitive, funniest little girl I've ever known. Then she became a teenager. She kept all of her adorable traits and became really talented and intelligent. Now she's becoming a woman about to leave the nest and establish herself as an independent entity in this world. I absolutely adore this young lady. I believe Adriana is the embodiment of the modern woman. She's formidable yet vulnerable. She's intelligent and curious. She's talented and charming. She's determined and adventurous. She cleans up lovely, and she seriously enjoys getting her hands dirty. She's all these things and one more. She's a thief. Yep, a thief plain and simple, because she has stolen my heart. Now she's crammed into a vehicle with me and her father, my best friend, on a cross-country road trip to find the place where she can spread her wings. That's right, we're on a spring break college scouting trip, and it's gonna be a blast. Want to see how it goes? Come along for the ride in Ken's Think Tank. Ken's Think Tank is made possible by the following sponsors. 505 Motorsports in Farmington is awesome. They sell vehicles of all makes and models, as well as four-wheelers, motorcycles, boats, RVs, and more. They even offer in-house financing and co-signment. If you want your vehicle to shine like a diamond inside and out, it doesn't get any better than Blue Diamond Auto Spa. From a quick and easy wash and go to a full detail, they're the best in Farmington. Give your vehicle a day at the spa.
So where are we?
We are exactly, 2 miles east of Santa Rosa,
Santa Rosa,
New Mexico.
And Adriana, why are we 2 miles east of Santa Rosa? You're gonna
road trip to go visit my colleges.
So you're gonna graduate from high school this year, right?
Yep.
What high school?
Piedra Vista.
Piedra Vista. Are you spending much time at Piedra Vista?
Probably about like 50 minutes a day, not even an hour.
So that is because you're taking a bunch of classes at the college, right? San Juan College?
Yes.
And so it's a dual credit program is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're also graduating not only from high school, you're graduating from the college with an associate's degree.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
So how many people do that?
I think it's me and another kid doing it this year. But we didn't have anybody who did it last year. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is now a trip to just run out and take a look at a couple of colleges. Your first and second pick, actually. Right?
Yeah.
And you were accepted to them?
Yes.
So it's kind of your pick now,
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So what are these meetings that we're going to?
They're just to go check out the colleges and make sure it's really what I want. Like, they're far away from home, so I have to make sure it's what I want to do before I like get out there and I'm like, I hate this place, so.
So about as far away as you can get from home, right?
Yeah.
So the first one is in North Carolina?
Yes.
What is that one?
Appalachian State. It's in Boone, North Carolina, and that's actually my first pick. So I've just been drawn to it. The price is pretty reasonable for out of state. It has a good psych and social work program, and it's in the mountains still. Well, not mountains like where we're from, but still mountains. So.
And then the second one is in South Carolina.
Yes.
What is that one?
Coastal Carolina. It's like a couple miles from Myrtle Beach. I originally wasn't looking into that one, but they kept sending me stuff like all the time. So I was like, fine, I'll look into you guys. And they actually do a pretty alright social work program that I'd be willing to go into.
Okay.
So.
What are your thoughts on, or is this part of working that out on leaving high school, running off to college this far away from anywhere that you're really familiar with?
I think it's going to be a challenge, which I like.
Yeah.
And although I don't know, I think it'd be a good experience for me to go away, and if it doesn't work out, I can always come back, you know. I'd rather say oops, that didn't work, than what if I never did that.
Absolutely.
I am so excited. I've loved the experience I've had at San Juan, just because it's really different from high school, and I like how it pertains to stuff that I want to learn about and making new friends. And so I'm like super excited to go off to college, wherever I might end up.
This dual credit program, I remember when I was in high school at Farmington High, there was sort of a dual credit program, but I think it was strictly related to vocational education. So you could go and do auto body or auto mechanics and things like that, and there wasn't any academic side to it. So how does that dual credit program work these days?
For Farmington students, they can take as many dual credit classes, and we actually have a wide variety of classes we can take. Okay. I have never experienced a class for the degree that I've been seeking, which is psychology, a class that they were like, oh yeah, dual credit students can't take that. I actually wanted to take like a music class this past semester just for a fun class, and I was like, I found out I didn't qualify for it because I was a dual credit, but it was like some random little class, you know, it wasn't important to any academics or anything. So that's really cool, is that we have that wide variety of being able to go into whatever field we want to up there.
Part of that was that if you take part in that dual credit program, whatever credits you earn at the college while you're in that, if you go to San Juan College, those credits apply to your college education while at San Juan College. Oh, yeah. The problem is that not all of those credits transfer off to other colleges. So what is your, and that's kind of why you've chosen the path that you did. So explain that, and what did you do about that?
Well, for the example you just gave, the whole San Juan College, yes, they only apply for San Juan College, and there's actually a lot of classes that don't transfer even to UNM. Right. And so to avoid the confusion of having to hope my credits would transfer and work this hard, I just decided to get my associate's degree and work my butt off to get that. So that way when I go on to get my bachelor's, I can say, I already have my associates, like let's just start the bachelor classes. Right. I may have to retake a couple of classes, but it's not like starting completely over, which I've heard a lot of kids have had problems with in the past. And that's the one advice I would give anyone who's looking into the dual credit program is if you're wanting your credits to transfer, I would recommend staying at San Juan until you get your degree and then transferring from there.
So you have 2 graduations coming up.
Yes. Yes.
How far apart are they?
Like 3 days.
So you don't have to rush out from one and try and make it to the other one?
No, thank goodness. But it's a lot having to plan both of those. And I have a lot of award ceremonies for both schools, so I've been getting kind of confused with dates. So like I keep an agenda now just so I can like keep everything straight.
You need a personal assistant or something?
I feel like it sometimes.
Awesome. So if you were to go off to one of these colleges, what time frame are we looking at?
I'm thinking 2 years for a bachelor's, and then I was thinking about staying at Appalachian State to do my graduate program there. So then that would be about 2 more years. Okay. So I'll be starting work 2 years earlier, hopefully, in life, or traveling, or I don't know. Cool. I'll figure out.
So when would you leave to go out there?
August.
So that soon?
Yeah.
Nice. We got Daddy back there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this whole situation?
I'm excited for her.
You sound terribly excited. Like you're about to come out of your seat.
Yes, I am really excited for her. I'd like to see her get out and go explore and do all that good stuff that she's got to do. Yeah. And get away from Farmington for a little while, whether it's just to get away for one semester, see what life is like. Yeah. And just experience that. Because that's probably one of the coolest things ever. I didn't get to go to college like that. I started working early, so it's great to see her expand and grow and look excited about going somewhere else.
I think you gain a different view of life just in general when you when you launch yourself out of the nest, you know.
Yes.
So are you excited about a college experience this far away from home? Or?
I am actually. I am really excited. It's kind of like you can go to UNM, you can go to State.
Right.
Those are close, you know. Those are 2 hours away, give
Sure.
or take, 6 hours away, give or take. And you don't have. It's not like you're really free.
It's still easy to kind of drop an anchor back home.
Yeah, I need to go back home this weekend, you know. And now it's like there's no getting home right away. You know, it's a planned event to get home. It's,
right.
I got to fly home, or it's a 3-day drive, or and that's the exciting part for me.
Yeah,
is that she's going to be out there, and she's going to be on her own. Of course, she's going to have moral support, financial support from me, but she's going to be out there making adult decisions by herself.
Right.
She's going to be planning her day and having to be responsible for her day, and on a different level than when she could always go home to dad.
Right.
So, and to me, that's an exciting adventure. I'm nervous, but I'm excited for her. You know, I think she can handle it. You know, there's some stuff that will come up that will require some long discussions about, but I think she needs to get out there and land on her feet or her bottom or face plant, whatever she got to do.
Yeah.
And there's always that safety net is always, you can always go home.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You can always come home. But you can't come home unless you go somewhere. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do with myself now. So I may have to start working a part-time job so I can afford her college. So that may be my life.
It solves the problem right there.
I'll just go to part-time work. When I'm not at work, I'm at work.
Yeah.
And as long as they let me have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, I'll be good.
Yeah.
So I can go to the camper and hang out that weekend.
So what's going through your stomach? Is it more excited, nervous, scared, a little bit of all three of those?
I am pumped and excited. Yeah. But I'm sure, like, if I do decide on this college, I'll probably be more nervous.
Okay.
But for the trip, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So Adriana, where are we at?
I have no idea, honestly. I was asleep for like 2 hours. I don't know. Where are we at?
So in general, we're on our way back from our college tours, right? So we went to, what was the first one?
Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina.
Cool. Then we headed down to South Carolina. We went to, what was that one?
Coastal Carolina and Conway, South Carolina.
Cool.
Myrtle Beach, baby. Yeah.
So, how'd you like Appalachian?
It was everything I wanted it to be, which was really cool. It had lots of mountains, lots of outdoor activities. I really liked that one.
It was really pretty up there.
Oh yeah.
What'd you learn on the tour?
I learned that Appalachian State's tuition covers books, which was super neat. That was cool. But that was I don't know. I feel like I did a lot of research before I came out here. And so it was just to go see if I liked the atmosphere and everything.
Right.
Which I liked.
What about then Coastal Carolina? What'd you learn there?
I learned that it was really pretty there. It was actually a great tour. That was probably my favorite tour because it was more one-on-one. But it's a really pretty area. I learned that they have a lot of sports. They have different gyms for sports and actual, like, just plain students, which was kind of interesting to me. So, yeah.
Cool. Which one do you like better?
I kind of like Appalachian State better. Just more of my kind of atmosphere. Yeah. Outdoors, mountains versus beach, urban life.
Right.
So.
Travis, what about you?
I would lean more towards Appalachian State. I'm not a beachy, sandy kind of guy, so, I mean, it's cool and neat and all, but can't beat the Green Mountains and temperatures like that.
Yeah. So, let's tell people who you are. So, what kind of things do you like to do? Because you're kind of multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
So you... How long were you in dance? You did dance classes.
I started when I was 2 and stopped when I was 15. Yeah, 15.
It's a lot of years.
Yeah, I love dance. That's my favorite.
You do a bunch of competitions and stuff?
I used to.
Did you win?
Actually, yeah. It's kind of a funny story because when I was little, I've always done solos, but like when I was little, I look back at my solos and go, God, I was such an awful dancer. Like, why did I think I was so good? Like, I remember looking through all these awards, and I had gotten an award for being 17th out of 17.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And that was like right after I had taken my first place ever in dance, which was really neat to see how much I've changed and grown as a dancer.
Yeah. So then you did dance classes. I know I coached you in soccer for 1 year.
Hated soccer.
So why didn't you like soccer?
Too much running. I was this 5-year-old who hated to run that much.
You tried basketball.
Yeah, I didn't do basketball very long. I had...
Why not?
It just wasn't my thing. Too much running. It's funny because I was like, I've never played basketball before, but I'll try out. And I made varsity and didn't show up the day they like gave us teams.
All right.
And so I was in PE that day running. We were doing cardio, and this the coach like pulls me off to the side while we were doing cardio and goes, "Why weren't you at practice this morning?" I was like, "Because I'm not doing basketball. It's too much, man."
Okay, so no sports with too much running. So we did softball.
Yeah.
So how did that work with the too much running thing? Did you just make sure not to hit a home run? Is that how that worked?
I don't know. Softball was like, I don't know. Softball was better for me. It wasn't like running 24 the whole game, you know?
Yeah.
There was a lot of breaks. Like every pitch you got a break between all this activity.
And then you like to hunt?
Oh yeah. Hunting.
So, deer and elk?
Yeah.
Have you got an elk yet?
No.
Just deer?
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing for elk yet. Like, we don't know what we're doing. Let's be honest.
But you've been successful on rifle hunts.
Mm-hmm.
And how about bow? Because you do that as well.
I bow a whole lot more, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Definitely, because you have to get closer to the animal and
right.
all that stuff. But I definitely really like hunting.
So we got dance competition winner going out and hunting, getting a deer.
Yep.
So what other kinds of stuff you pack in there?
I feel like I've done a little bit of everything. I've tried cheerleading and tumbling.
Drama?
Oh yeah, theater nerd right here, hardcore. I went to state bowling 1 year. That was kind of neat.
Cool.
But theater, I've always done theater throughout like school and stuff. I started when I was like 8 in Heather McGoy Children's Theater, and then now I'm very active in the theater at Piedra Vista, and I'm the treasurer of the drama club, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
And I had went to state this year for theater with monologues is what I competed in, and I ended up being the only one from Piedra Vista to like make to like the last round of monologues.
Cool.
Which was like top 10, and I think I was like 5th out of like 300 monologues that were performed, which was really cool. Super neat. I actually got a lot of like scholarships offered to me from different schools there, and it was really funny because I prefer tech, you know.
Right.
I just went to compete in monologues because I knew it was a strong point of mine, and my theater teacher from the high school was like, please do monologues. So I did, and then I like competed for scholarships. A whole bunch of schools were like, yeah, I want you to come act for me, and I was like, whoa, can I look into your tech program? And they were like, what? You want to be backstage? And I was like, yeah, I prefer backstage work versus being on stage. And they were just stunned. But it's just what I like to do, you know?
So when you say tech, that you were actually working as a sound technician.
Yeah.
For theater there for a while.
Yeah, up at Sandstone Productions. Loved that job. Loved the atmosphere. Super neat. It was pretty neat learning because I wasn't very experienced in sound.
Yeah.
And so I learned how microphones worked. I learned how to run the soundboard, how to troubleshoot when someone's mic wasn't working, which was like kind of scary but important, you know?
Right.
Because you're like, crap, I can't hear them. Next cue, we need to figure out what's wrong with their mic. But yeah, it's also kind of neat because there's a lot that goes on backstage that a lot of people don't realize, I think.
Right.
Or a lot of people don't realize, like, sometimes things can go wrong, you know? Like, with mics. We had one time someone's mic just died in the middle of the show and we were like, oh no. Like, it was one of our leads, and so we had to, like, figure out how to get their mic out of their costume really fast and change batteries.
Yeah.
It's a neat experience, honestly. And I think it helps me grow as a person to work in, like, stressful situations and being, like, with that pressure to be able to handle it and whatnot. Pretty cool. And I like a lot of things. I don't know. I like outdoors, hiking, going off-roading.
That's why the front end's jacked up?
No.
Fishing?
Yeah. I actually fished a lot when I was in Owasso, which was cool. Oh, yeah.
So you had a fishing buddy there.
Yeah. Shoot, I had 2 fishing buddies. I hadn't been fishing in forever. When I went out there, they were like showing me all their fishing techniques. I learned how to bait live worms on a hook. Yeah, that was neat. I missed that part, you know, going fishing. Because out there was like a pond in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
And in Farmington, it's like you got to drive to the lake.
Right.
So, but it was fun.
So if you run off to one of these colleges, which it looks like it may be Appalachian, right?
Maybe, yeah.
That would be when?
I would leave in August.
August of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Travis, how do you feel about that? About her? Now that it's a little further down the decision-making tree and it's not quite as an idea, but it's more a reality. How do you feel about that?
I'm really excited for her. I'm a little nervous of the far away from family thing, but I think I'm excited for her to go away and experience the adulthood of life.
Yeah.
To start, you know, because a lot of times kids will stay at home and they'll be 25 years old and they still don't know how to be an adult in life. They don't know how to take care of stuff, take care of themselves. Mommy and daddy got to still, you know, sweep the sidewalk for them to get them out the door, that kind of stuff. So, but it'll be good to see her go, and if she gets to go that far and have to make life choices and be responsible for her actions, I think that'll be really a great benefit for her in life in the future. Slugbug, great. Oh,
I was gonna
dang,
call it, but
right there, huh? Ooh, winner, winner, chicken dinner on the highway, back seat and all.
Whatever.
So do we have some? We don't have to mention anything specific, but do we have some kind of financial possibilities?
Yeah, I'll start working the street corner.
There we go.
And then we'll probably sell the house. Just to make it work out. I mean, you have
a camper.
Right.
Yeah. So how about you then, since it's a little less of an idea and more of a reality now? How are you feeling about it?
So freaking pumped.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So you can visualize yourself there and doing your thing.
Decorate my dorm room.
Argue with your roommate.
Yeah.
Extra.
All right. Any advice for other people your age or younger?
In the college, I think for the college making decision, I think you should not just be limited, like looking at schools near you. Always be willing to take that extra mile and go out of state if you can financially afford it or think you might want to, or at least go look at schools. You know, this is a perfect example on leaving for spring break and going on a road trip, which we haven't done a like simple just vacation road trip in a long time, huh, Dad?
Yep.
Everything we've done has been for sports, which was get there as fast as you can, rest up for the big game or competition tomorrow, and then when we were done, it was like we have to go back home right away.
Right.
You know, we have school tomorrow, that kind of stuff. And so I think going to visit colleges is like a good chance to go on trips, you know, even if it may not be the school you want to go to, like, it's always neat. Apply for scholarships, you know. Look at all these schools, and even if you don't think it's a possibility that you might go in, like, apply and then apply for a scholarship, because I think that's a huge problem that a lot of kids my age are scared about is student loans and student debt.
Right.
And so if you can start early on trying to get scholarships, I always say the earlier the better, because it helps you find money for school, which is really cool. And less scary, you know. You can take maybe 500 here, 500 there. Little scholarships work, you know. They'll add up after a little bit,
So Travis, any advice for parents?
Scholarship application process. Get on it early. That's the biggest thing. We kind of, I wasn't very active in that process. I mean, Adriana did 90% of that herself. I only asked her, hey, did you fill out this scholarship? Because the ones that I knew about coming up. But it was mostly Adriana. But parents need to be a little more involved than I was, probably. Adriana had her A game going, so I was like, oh, she's got it handled. So, but get involved early. Make the trips. Go see the schools. Allow them to have that growth. The option to get out there and go to college and see things. You never really know what it's going to be like unless you go see it yourself.
So how many states have we been in?
8.
On this trip so far?
New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma,
Arkansas,
Tennessee, Virginia,
North Carolina,
South Carolina. 8.
So 8 states, 2 colleges, 2 family stopovers.
I think we're over 3,000 miles right now.
And this is all in the course of about a week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, who snores the loudest?
Oh my gosh.
We're going to say Ken.
I don't care. You both snore loud.
Ken is the
and no
loudest.
matter where I go, I'm stuck with someone snoring. So.
Yeah. Even the last stop, even the dogs snore.
Yeah.
Your grandma's like, oh, Travis, you didn't close the door.
It's Atlantic City, so just kind of a little thrill ride.
We're gonna die.
So.
He's driving.